Hi, sir. Good afternoon. So, we are now on the second session of our interview with you. Our first interview has a good feedback, so now we're having the second session with some other questions that we prepared for you. So, now, how are you, by the way?
I'm very fine. If you
Okay.
let me, I will answer you.
Okay, so,
Thanks so much. And so I'm ready for the second session.
okay. So first, as a businessman, um, what's your greatest motivation or what is your deepest why? Why are you doing this business? Why do you keep working and working and creating so much things or new things for your business, sir?
As a businessman, after this many years of the experience, I can say we have not to work for money, and I'm not work for money also. Since I'm not working for money, I have so many reasons to continue. As my belief, the money is a small goal. Maybe you say that, and so then how is possible? You are not working for money. It means the money is not important in the business. Of course, it's not like that. Since we are doing the business, for sure, we will earn the money. You cannot divide the money from the business. So of course, if you work well, so you will be earning the money. But you have to make a different goal for yourself, which is bigger than money. For me, as a human, for me, the goal it's to finding the way, or the goal is to creating something to helping to the others in the world. Not helping is not like that. I have to earn the money and pay the money to other people so they will be happy. No. We have to. I have to be able to create a job for them. I have to be able to create a good idea for them. I have to be able to create a good feeling for them. Let I give you an example. A few years back, I was working with one company in Korea. My company was located in Dubai, and the other company in Korea. I know that when there was in a very good situation as a financial, and I get the one good order in this area, in the Middle East area. The order was big, and I submit that order to the same factory. They started working. That they're supposed to release some of their actually worker and the staff which they had. Since we submitted the new order and the order was big also, so they keep their people and they started working. I traveled to the Korea to visit the production line. From the beginning of the production line till end, all the step when that person he started to, let's say, introducing that or how they are making that, it was our own order which they do the production for that, and the worker was happy. I don't know them also, but because of the disorder, they had a job, they had money, they feel well, and they keep working also. That's why I say that with business you will be able to do so many things. Sometimes you are making the idea. For example, for my students, I'm trying to giving the idea to them. I try to give the good feeling to them. They have to feel that they will be able to create something when I'm not making the job for them also. But since they are in the disposition, since they are getting the better feeling, then they will do the other thing. And I believe this all it can be happened by the business.
So when I ask you about what's your greatest motivation or what's your deepest why, you answered me that you are creating opportunity and chance for the other people. You don't want to, let's say, helping other people doesn't mean giving them money. It's not helping for you. Helping is creating opportunity for them so that they can work, they can be productive, and they can feel that they earn the money instead of asking money for some help from other people.
They
right?
have to feel they are useful. When they are able to create something, the feeling of the human is like that. So we are very useful since we are able to create something. But when you are asking the money, it's not making the good feeling for you. It's not improving your personality. So by business, who will be able to make this kind of the chance? By business, we can help the other to they create the idea. not not I'm creating the job for them. So I can help them to create the idea. I'm sometimes receiving from my students. They said that, yo, Mr. Amir, after let's say that class, so we started to work that on, so we're getting the new idea, we did a lot, and they did by themselves. They don't. I didn't do anything for them. I just pushed them a little bit. I just opened a new window in front of them. Maybe it's like that. So that's what I'm feeling. The business is much bigger than the money. The business is not earning the money. The business is not creating the money. The money is part of it.
But another question, follow-up question for this, because when we say like biggest motivation or deepest why why you're doing business, sometimes it tends to be personal. Like, for example, uh, for example, there are some businessmen who were from very poor family and then they got rich, and then when you ask them what's your deepest motivation, what's your greatest why, because they will say, I don't want my family, my son, my kid to experience this kind of life, and I will keep working hard until the time that my family or my wife, my son will not experience the same thing that I've experienced. But for you, you're saying that your deepest why is somehow for the other people. It's saying you're saying you want to create opportunity for the other people. You want to help people. You want to give ideas to the other people. Do you have any like personal thing that keeps you moving forward for this business?
No, really no.
Really nothing.
Because see, my belief, if your goal is going to be personalized, you will having the small goal then you will be able to achieve that. I have one of my friends. He is very rich now. He was a businessman, let's say like that. His goal, it was the money. To reach a certain amount of the money, he can cover himself, maybe for the rest of his life also, and he can cover his family as well. And now, even he is not very old also, but now he is almost retired. I believe it's because his goal is small. That's why for me, I'm not thinking like that. I have to be able to be positive in this world. I have to feel that when I'm reach to end of my life, I have to just think that into what I did in this world, how much I was benefitable. My life it was benefitable for the others. My family also is a part of this world. Of course, when I'm working that one, I will having the benefit for my, let's say, the kids, but they are part of this world also. They are part of the other human also. I'm not saying that I'm working for my family. No, it's not like that.
Okay, all right. Thank you for your answer. And then you were saying a while ago that um, one of your friends has this small goal which he was able to achieve, and then after that he's almost retired now at a young age. For you, is there a certain point or level in your life where you can say it's enough? I've already did what I can do, and I reached my goal. By saying that, what's your goal, by the way, and when are you going to slow down and stop eventually? Do you see yourself stopping, by the way?
As per my idea, there is no any end for the business, because there is no any end for the work. There is no any end for helping to others. There is no any end for creating something. And no, I'm not saying that so anywhere which I'm going to, I can say, okay, now it's enough, let's stop. If I'm reaching to any of that goal, it means I just come in the higher step. Then I have a better view of the world. Then I will be able to create the bigger goal. And of course, I have to be more motivated to reaching to the other goal. And in a business, one other thing which I normally follow that when I make a goal, so I would try to remaking, or I try to making another bigger goal when I become to the near to the one goal. So then always I will be active. Always I'm active and always I'm trying to work in that one. Now, in this age, I reached to some of my goal, which I created that one a few years back. But as the year is passing, so I'm creating the other goal. Now I have other goal which I have to reach to that one, and you see that on how hard I'm working now. Because to reach into the other goal, the previous goal which I had a plan, I already achieved that, so it's okay. So I have to have a new goal, and if you think like that one, so never you are not going to stop, and you will keep continuously to work in that one, even if you reach 99 years old, and still you are working.
Mm-hmm. But 99 years old, don't you think that you don't feel tired? You don't feel like you need, let's say, for this particular one whole year, how many days is that? 365 days. Don't you feel like I deserve like 30 days or let's say 2 months of vacation without any distraction, without anyone asking me where are you, what are you doing? The business is here. We are not functioning. Do you feel that? Do you have that feeling that please don't ask me any question about business now. I need to refresh my mind. Something like
Till
that.
now, I didn't feel like that. Till now, I can't say that one for future what will happen, but I don't think I'm going to feel like that one. Maybe for half day I'm going to take a little bit rest, and but I'm not turning off my mobile. I'm not turning off, let's say, the internet. I try to be active. I try to. At least in that time, I have to learn something. Maybe I watch the movie. Maybe I read the book, or maybe I'm going out with someone. Again, I'm talking something which will help me in the business again. Till now, no, I didn't feel anything like that. We say that I need a vacation, and when you feel that you are depend to your duty, when you create the duty with your goal, you are creating the duty for yourself. And you feel that you have to do so many things for the other people which are in the world also. At least the people which you will be able. I'm not saying that, so I'm doing a lot of things for so many people. But at least those people which I have access to them. Then always it's in your mind, Amir, so why USA? You have to wake up, you have to move, you have to do something. They are waiting for you. You will be able to, maybe today you do so many other things. So this is all things which normally I'm thinking about that one, and I believe that one. So I have to go like this, and I'm not only the person in the world which thinking like this way. If you just see that so many different actually businessmen in the world, if you study their life, let's say the story, it's almost like that. Even you see the people which they are reaching to 90, 95 years old. Since the brain is working, they're working. Maybe the physically, maybe their body is not that much active anymore. Maybe they don't have actually enough energy to working very hard, but still their brain is working. Their assistant are there, and so he is sort of guiding the other to the, let's say, that organization or something is going move, and they try to have some result. Let's say in this work.
Okay, so aside from business, let's say you're doing business consultant, you have your own business for, let's say, industrial automation, but I know that you're also doing some classes. You have you have a lot of students as well. So there are so many people who's asking what are the challenges that you are facing in doing business, or what are the advice. For example, a person approach you, I would like to do business. What will be your normal question for him, or what can you share with him in order to do his business successfully?
In the first stage, I'm going to ask them, do you like a business or no? I meet the person which, when I was talking about the business with him, said, "See, actually, honestly, I don't like the business at all." These people, we have to ignore them. So they don't like the business. The second thing, I'm asking them, "Sir, do you have enough talent or no?" It's been the talent is the second. And the third, they have to work. They have to continue. They have to keep working. The- Are they a hard worker or no?
Mm.
The people which are not hard worker, I believe that they are not actually good for a business. Maybe you say that, oh, no, I mean, hard working is not correct. They have to work smart.
Mm.
Same. Still your brain should be working. I'm not saying the hard working is mean you have to do something always with your hand. But the hard working is mean your brain also should work hard. This is the three things which they have to have. After that, I say, okay, if you feel that you are okay in this 3 points, start to increasing your knowledge in the business. When they increase their knowledge in the business, day by day, they have to work to the new things which they learn.
Mm.
If today I'm reading the book and I learn something on that one, I have to just write it down for myself and I have to try to do it to get in the experience. This is the main thing which they have to do, and this thing is not going to be a stop at all. Until end of the life, this will continue the same. Day by day, you have to try to learn something new. Mm-hmm. When you learn something new, then you will be able to just try that one, test that one, and then you get in the new experience. It's going to be new experience for you. The learning new not meaning that one every day you have to read the book. Of course, the book is very important. The study is very important. But you will be able to learn from other people. You will be able to learn from the book, from the movie, from the other company. Everything is available, and so you will be able to learn that. But the main important is that you have to calculate how much you are doing from that knowledge which you earned till now. If the percentage is low, then no use. If the percentage is high, it means you are effective.
But you mentioned only, I noted you said, do you like business or no? If yes, do you have the talent or no? Then you have to work hard. But aside from that, of course, the startup companies, the students, they will say, but I don't have the capital. But I like business, but I don't have the capital. Capital means it's financial. I don't have the money to do the business. What can you say if the struggle or the problem that they have to start the business is the money? What's your take on that?
Today I received one message from one new student. Still, she is not joining to my class, and she mentioned the same question to me. She said, actually, I like the business, and I give the same answer to her also. And she mentioned the problem which I do have that I don't have a capital. My answer, it was like that. I said, the capital is the tools. The capital is not everything in a business. It's important, but it's the tools. Mm-hmm. If I want to give you a good example for that, I can say, let's say your skill in a business is like your skill in driving. Right? I think so. You're a good driver, or no?
Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a skills in driving. Mm-hmm. If I'm a professional driver, mm-hmm. I can drive the Lamborghini and I can drive the normal car as well. Mm-hmm. If the car is look like the capital, mm-hmm. I don't have a good capital. I will drive let's say the very normal car, very very cheap car, let's say. Of course, I cannot go very fast with that car because the capability of that car is not enough to go in that much fast. But if I have a bigger capital, so I will be able to drive the Lamborghini. And just don't forget, when you want to drive the Lamborghini, it's going to be more complicated compared with the normal car because there are other options which you have to care about them, and it's going to be dangerous if you're not enough professional for that. That's why the capital, to control the bigger capital, is going to be difficult and hard. In a business also is like that. If you don't have a capital or you have a low capital, still you can continue, but you have to be your skills should be good. It's mean you have to know that on how to drive, you have to know that on how to work. I asked the other question from you. You feel that you don't have anything. Maybe the people are saying that. So Amir, you are saying a small car or basic car. Even we don't have money for that one. I'm asking you, if you don't have any money, but if you're a professional, if you have knowledge, enough knowledge at least, if you try to apply to work with a different company, what they are going to tell you as per your request. If you have enough skills, for sure they will accept you. In here, if I have actually the professional, let's say the staff are coming here and asking for a job, professional people are coming here and asking for a job, of course, when I'm just reading their CV and I feel that also they will be benefitable for my company, of course I'm going to hire them. I pay X amount of the money and I earn much more than that from them. But if they don't have a skill, so of course I'm not working with them. It's like that. Let's say we're back to the same example of the car. I'm a professional driver, I have a driving license. So what I would do, I'm not able to buy the car, even a small one. I can be as a taxi driver and still I can make in the money. It's when I'm driving with some other car. I'm driving with the car which is belonging to someone else. That's why the capital is not everything. Of course, the capital is going to be important in the business. Of course, the capital is going to be one of the very good tools in the business. And don't forget, there's so many businessmen in the world. They had a time in which they lost everything. They was, let's say, the billionaire. But because of the crisis or anything like that, so they lost each and everything. But if you just check their life scenario, they back. Why? Because they know the business. And they believe that the capital is the tools only, nothing else. And I'm not agreeing with anybody they say that I don't have a capital, that's why I'm not running the business. There's no meaning of that. The sales manager of the Airbus, the sales manager of the Boeing, they are maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't have that people, maybe they don't have a capital, but so they are working the very high level of the business. So as you see that the capital is working as a tool.
Okay. So let's see. What else do we have here? You already said that you don't see yourself retiring. You already answered that. What's your suggestion, or what's your what's your suggestion to the people who would like to do business? Your greatest motivation as well is the people. But right now, in this situation, let's say, for example, this situation in Corona. Let's talk about the Corona as well, since we are already in this situation. What can you say to the people who's having problem? Their finances is low, their situation is very low. They don't have sales. You said you talk about sales of some other companies. They don't have sales as well, and their businesses are really having negative. It's a deficit. They're not earning and they're having deficit. What can you suggest to those people who's having this problem now?
They have a two-way. One way, stay silent and just thinking about the past days, which it was good, and the future days, which it's going to be more harder, and nothing else. So I think so the result of those people is that they will become bankrupt in very soon future, because they are not doing anything. The businesses look like a war. There's no different, as my belief, there's no difference between the war and business. In a war, every time, the minutes by minute, something new it may happen. In the same Corona crisis, my company and my team also, we are in the very high pressure. So we have actually different pressure also. So the sales is getting down, and the movement is low. So we will not be able to travel. We will not be able to go for a business trip. So all is making the problem for us. I just back near about 3 weeks back from Pakistan. So I had a meeting over there. We try to build up that market, but now everything is stopped over there. What we can do now, we have to thinking well, and we have to see what's our tools and what's our asset which we do have right now, and what is our source of the income in this situation. Maybe we have 5 sources of the income, but out of that 5, the 4, because of this current situation, is not working. Still, we have 1. Maybe there are people they said, oh no, we are totally stopped. There is no any source of the income anymore. They have to find a new source of the income as per this situation. No way for them. Maybe they say it's difficult. Of course, I'm saying yes, it's difficult, but they have to do something. If they not, for sure they will lose each and everything. But if they find anything which they can keep the current position at least, to that crisis is going to be finished. So of course the crisis is going to be over. Maybe take a time. I don't know. Maybe take a time. So, but I had the experience of the crisis in 2009. It was a big crisis in the world and in Dubai. So we lost so many things. But that has become over also after a few years. In this time also the same. So they have to thinking, well, find some solution, use their current tools and their minimum, let's say the sources which they do have to keep the current situation. When they save the current situation and they save they stay at this level and they are not coming down, or they reduce the speed of the actually losing, what will happen that one? They will be able to think that one to how to add in the new sources. By adding the new sources, there is a time which they can bring up their system. And I totally agree that one is very difficult. It's very difficult. It's not like that that much easy to say that you're doing that one, so everything is going to be bad. But as I said, that one, in that two way, sitting silent and not doing anything, and start working something. If there is a 1% of the chance to we become out of this crisis, is this 1% is only is blind to those people which they are active. Those people which they feel that, and so we will not be able to do. Of course, they will not be able to do anything, and they will lose completely. But the people which they feel, even there is a 1% of the chance. That people really they have a 1% of the chance at least. It's like as a when you will get sick. Sometimes it may be possible that the doctor come to you and say, no, okay, you have a 20 days time only. And after 20 days, for sure, you will die. And there are people which say, well, shit, 20 days only. So, and in the 20 days, they're just, they are waiting to they die. But as my belief is, until last second you can fight. Maybe there is a 1% of the chance. And you see that so many stories like this one in the world. That's it. So we have to fight till last second. We have not to stop at that.
Oh, okay. That's very inspiring. Right. Thank you for your inspirational message, Mr. Amir, and for sharing your experiences with us. And I hope that the people who will be able to see this video will be able to continue their businesses and to feel motivated as well with the encouraging words that you shared with us today. And I do hope that we will have the next session again, so that the other people who would like to know more about you, take a look of how your mind is working, will be able to see this on the videos that we have.
In the next video also we can talk about it, so many different things in a business, also in a sales, in how to serve the customer, current situation. Yeah, there are so many things which we can check that on. Maybe in this kind of the conversation there are some words which is going to be help the others, and it's good.
All right, thank you, sir, for your time.
Thanks so much, and don't forget to love the business.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.